Good morning, everybody. I am Ted Davies, and this is Ted Talks Timepieces. How are you? Hopefully you're well. I do have a fan going, so if you hear a little bit of noise there, that's what that is. It's warm here on the lake. Classic humid Michigan weather. So my hair's frizzed out, and I'm happy, though. It's a good day. So above ground, and I'm still breathing, so that's a good day. Okay, so I am an artist, I am an author, and I'm a collector and a broadcaster, apparently. And this show is about timepieces, about my collection, about things that I enjoy about watches. And it's just a real quick rundown of different watches that I have, some new purchases, some that are lent to me. And we just go through the review. Maybe if you find something that you might like to find online and buy it for a few bucks, this is a economical way to shop and not really shop, but just to review watches. And yeah, so let's check that out. So first off, I want to give props to Indian River Roasting Company. We had an awesome sponsorship meeting yesterday about coffee. And in my coffee cup today, we have an unnamed brand new blend that is specifically made for Ted Davies artistry. It is going to be my private blend that Pete put together, our roaster. And we don't have a name for it yet. So if you guys have any colorful names, let me know. But I am figuring out a couple things of what I'm going to be doing. So I don't know what it is. I know what's in it. There's some Ethiopian blend beans. There is I don't know if there's well, but it's got a really it works so well with cigars. It's not even funny. It has such a nice flavor at the beginning, and it smooths out at the end of it, and it's brilliant. It's so good with a little bit of cream or almond milk in it. Good to go. So check out what they're doing. I will have a name for this hopefully soon, and it is proudly a Ted Davies artistry blend, and it's going to be something that we're going to definitely sell on this channel. So kudos to Pete and Indian River Roasting Company. Let's look at their promo real quick, and we'll be back in a second. Here at Ted Davies Artistry, we take coffee seriously, and so does our sponsor, Indian River Roasting Company. It's fair trade, organic, and they're artisans just like me. The only difference is I use watercolor and ink, and they use coffee beans, and I enjoy it all through my day. So do yourself a favor, go to the description when you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Find Indian River Roasting Company's website, use the promo code CAFFEINATED 2021, and save 10% on your purchase. And check out everything that Indian River Roasting is doing. You can find their website in the description under IndianRiverRoastingCompany.com. Use CAFFEINATED 2021, save 10% on whatever you're buying. And even the unnamed brand, I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet, but it is fantastic, and I'm looking so forward to showcasing it on this show. So in any case, so Cashman's Comics, another sponsor of ours, they're celebrating 25 years in Bay City, Michigan. John does a great job with everything, and he is he's interested in all collectors. So if you want to check out what he's doing, check out his website and that. But first, let's see their promo. He's having a huge sale right now. You guys need to find out what he's doing. Check out on the website, too, what he's doing. Be right back.
And every day I wake up feeling the same way now. Need to find something to believe. Every night the dreams we made, they're haunting my head now.
Yeah, John actually sells nationwide. He'll ship everything nationwide. Say hi to the dog Petey when you go over to his shop in Bay City, if you're good enough to go down there. It is an awesome place. There's always something going on there. and he's awesome. So check everything out that he's doing, and he sells my books, so it's even better. So he's just a terrific guy, and everything that's going on right now with his sale, you need to check out, because I saved a ton of money Monday when I went in, when I was in Bay City, and I got a stack of comics for a fraction of the price. So check everything else that he's doing. He is what I consider the epitome of what a local comic book shop should be. So check out everything he's doing there. We're also part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, proud sponsors of that. And if you check out this page and get everything as far as set up on this for your weekly schedule, it will show you everything that we're doing on YouTube, as well as Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Facebook has us. Please follow us on that. Take a snapshot of this. We are a group of creatives that help creatives build their businesses. So check everything else out that we're doing. And, we had a great show last night. Glenn B. Fleming and I are the Truth Mongers on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And we talk about conspiracy theories, common sense approach to it. And just to see, kind of just over a cup of coffee or whatever, different things in the world that don't really quite add up. And, a couple investigative perspectives on it. And that's basically what this show is about, the Truth Mongers. Check out what we're doing, because it's a lot of fun. Next week, we're going to be doing a whole series, a 2-hour show on the moon and the different quirky things about it, what doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And actually some of the astronauts that went there, as well as some that didn't. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that, but kind of a neat perspective on the moon and the different stories behind it. And it's interesting. I think you guys will dig it. So, okay, let's see what I've got here. Watch check. Okay, we're doing the Casio 1200 AE today. We're going to have a cigar show right after this at 11 o'clock with Carl and myself. And since we're talking about traveling, I thought I'd put my World Time on here, which provides 4 different areas of travel time when you purchase these. This is a great watch. Casio does such a good job with this watch. I mean, there's about 20, 25 bucks, I think, maybe. And it is an incredible watch. I have a whole show dedicated to this, actually a couple different shows on YouTube dedicated to this. And check it out, because it's a great watch. Okay, so no further ado, let's talk about the Hulk. That's not really the Hulk. That's my Hulk. That's actually a watercolor I did a couple weeks ago about it. Good morning by all standards. Good morning to everybody. Carl, let's see who I got here. Hey, Ken, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm glad you tuned in, because I know you're a Hulk fan. So, Donna, good morning. Good morning. And let's see what we got. There is the Brute right there. Loreo is a company out of China. I'm not going to drop $20,000 on a Submariner Rolex watch. It's just not going to happen. And this isn't a fake, it's a homage. And what that means is that they produce watches, Loreo does, as well as many other companies, that give a nod to the architecture of different watches. So like a Submariner, you'll hear me say Subby, which is Submariner is basically the Rolex. And a lot of watches are based off of that design. The San Martin that I have, the Casio Duros, they're all set up in that same light. And that's what Loreo did here. They presented a really actually well-made watch for the money. I'm going to tell you all about it here in a second, but it gives you an idea that you can save it's a 1.01% or something of what these watches would cost if they had Rolex written on them. And again, the movements are different, but when it boils down to it, I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a $20,000 watch. I wouldn't outside. But with that, they call it a Hulk because obviously the green color. Whenever you look at subbies like this, they're going to be called Hulks. So just kind of get used to that. The color scheme usually is going to be bright green or that. This has a starburst finish to it. And I think it's just a really handsome watch. They did a really good job on it. I'll give you the specs real quick while we're thinking about it here. Let me pull up my spec sheet. Okay, so the case diameter is 40 mil. So from round all the way around is 40 millimeter. The band width is 20 millimeters. I got this one on a different type of band. It actually came with a bracelet, and I didn't really care for that. So this is a silicone band with a stitch, a white stitch on it. And I've been kind of playing around with those. I'm just trying to see what looks best with it right now. I'm trying that one out right now. The case thickness from top to bottom, from the sapphire crystal down, is 13 millimeters. Very easy. You can put this under a sleeve, not a problem. The weight, it's actually pretty hefty. It's about 150 grams, which isn't, it's not like the smallest watch I've got, but not bad. Not bad. It offers an auto date and let's say the day calendar. So it's got a complication there. Plus, it's water resistant up to 200 meters. So it is a proper diver. You can go swimming with this. It comes with a screw down crown on the top, which offers, and it lends itself to the diving aspect of it. You can go in the water no problem with this type of watch. So, and that's one of the things, you know, as I spec out on my watches, I always try to have at least 100 meters like this Casio Duro, since we're on the lake, or something closer to 200 meter water resistance. I don't dive, but, you know, it's just nice to have it. So it offers a Cyclops as well over the date, which is quite nice for my old eyes. I enjoy that. And it's a sapphire crystal. So sapphire, scratch resistant sapphire. And I'll tell you, for the price point, it was awesome. This is a very affordable, well-made watch. One of the reasons why I wanted to get the Loreo is because it comes with a sapphire crystal, not just on the front, but also on the full display back. And that is awesome. That's really unheard of for the price point. So, and with that, you can see the movement. It's an automatic movement, so it charges itself when you're moving. And I think it's got a 30-hour power reserve, if I'm not mistaken. So if it sits, it'll actually run for 30 hours. So you don't have to worry about not having to reset the time in the morning and that kind of thing when it dies down. The case finish, it is stainless steel. I believe it's a 60 click. I'll check into that bezel, but the bezel action's very good. They did a really good job. I wish that they would have put a lume pip up on the top of it, though, because you couldn't really see the bezel if it's dark. The lume on the hands and on the indices are really good. It glows really nice job with that. But again, for the price point, and I'll tell you about that in a minute, it's not a bad watch at all for the money. I love the display case back, though. They do a really good job on this for the money. Okay, so the sapphire crystal. So when you deal with a lot of different watches, you've got, like this one is acrylic on the front, and they scratch and that type of thing. If you look back a couple of these watches here, some of my Vostoks, even some of my favorite Vostoks, they're acrylic and they scratch. And that's fine. You can rub them out with what they call polywatch, which is kind of like toothpaste for watches. But the sapphire is awesome because it's scratch resistant, and both front and back. So as far as that goes, I mean, this can be a beater watch, but the sapphire is why I really got it. The movement that's inside of it is a seagull, and that doesn't mean much to people if you in that. But the seagull is not quite the best. If you had a choice between a Seiko and H35, like I have in my San Martin, or this, a lot of the people would go with the Seiko. I don't think it's a bad thing. Seagull is not a bad movement at all, but there's some inconsistencies in some of the people that on some of their beliefs on the movements and that. But I'll tell you what, this whole watch costs $62 shipped. That's a hell of a deal. I know I've got watches that cost 10 times that don't have a sapphire crystal on them. So, and this one's got two of them, two sapphire crystals. So I opted to go with the seagull movement, but I got a sapphire crystal display. So I don't know. There's a trade-off there, I guess, but I think it's well worth it. And the seagull's running just perfectly. I have not had any issues with it. It keeps time very close to what my my NH35 is doing right now. So I haven't really had any problem with that. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for these. Don't think that you're trying to have one on somebody saying, "Oh, it looks like a Rolex, but it's not," or "It's a fake." It's not. Loreo makes their own watches, as well as other companies that make a Subby Homage. So don't think that it is fake like that. I mean, If you want to be a purist, then go drop the money on a Rolex if you want. I don't think it's necessary. I've got other things I want to invest my money in, like creating books and creating content for my fans. So that's more important for me. But as far as the watch itself, very good value for the money. $62, AliExpress, A-L-I Express.com. It shipped directly. It came about 3 weeks because it's coming from China. Tell you what, it's great. I did have one issue with the watch. And let me see what I've got here. Let me just reading a couple of things. Just bear with me. On the case, I don't know if you can see this or not, the brushing. Try to get that in that light. I don't know if I can see it or not, but there is a brush mark that was scraped on the case. So it looked a little bit cheap on that side, but you can't really see it. It's just underneath the bezel. And it's like a tooth mark across the, you can see it on the left-hand side there, right above the watch band. It's kind of scuffed. That's the only thing that I saw in this that was questionable. But I'll tell you what, for the money, good morning, Ryan. For the money, I mean, $62. Wear it for a year or even a couple months. It's great for that. And the seagull movement, okay, well, if it goes, then it goes. I mean, get another movement, put another movement in the watch, whatever. The case is in great shape. It's a screw-down crown. The bezels, just the action of it's excellent. It just has no playback on it. Everything seems to line up perfectly, which that's hard to say for a lot of these different watches out there. Even Seiko's, some of them don't line up as far as the indices and the second hands and everything. They don't line up, and you're paying a hell of a lot more than what you did for this. So check out what Loreo does. They have blue watches, black watches. These are dials. Blue dials, black dials, green dials, but they do a really good job for the money. For $60, I mean, that's awesome, and includes shipping. So check that out. Check out what they've got. Amazon, I think, has them on there, but they're more expensive, if I'm not mistaken. You can still get them with Amazon, and I think they might be stateside, but I'm not sure. So, but with AliExpress, I was very pleased. It came right, like I said, right to the mail. It was awesome. So I had a really, really good experience with it. So yeah, I hope you see what L'Oreal's got to offer. These are quick reviews. These aren't meant to be a long thing like the Truth Mongers or some of my TED Talks, but it gives you an idea. So, all right. So what do we got for the week? Well, in about another half hour or so, Carl's, I know, checked in here. We are going to be doing. And we're going to be talking about traveling with cigars and what I do and what Carl does as far as what we use for safety of our cigars, and kind of what the laws are right now as far as the traveling, flying and all that other stuff, and what you're allowed to take and what you're not. So check that out. That'll be on this YouTube station in about 40 minutes or so. Let's see what else. We're also doing Drinking with the Davies on Friday at 6 p.m. We're doing the Blue Hawaiian, and it is that's going to be a really good drink. I'm looking forward to it. It's an alcohol that I have not had yet. I think it's a blue color, obviously. Christine bought it, and it looks pretty good, so we'll try it out. I don't know if we're going to have one beforehand, maybe, but we will see. Check that out on our Drinking with the Davies on Friday at 6 p.m. Everybody have a great week. You're almost to the weekend, so we're almost there. Check out some great watches if you guys are interested, and check out what L'Oreal's got. So we will talk to you soon. Have a great week, and hopefully we'll see you on the Cigar Show. Have a good day.